this video, we are going to see a problem on isometric projections. For that, here we have a question. It is given that figure below shows two views of an object. Draw its isometric view. So this is the question in front of us. Now, in order to convert it into isometric view, here the front view and top view of the object are given. And we have to form the three-dimensional object, that is 3D view. So just before we start this question, we should know how much is the total length, height and width of the object. So when I am looking into the front view, here I can get the total length and total height. So 20 plus 45 plus 25. So when I add them, that will give me the value as 90 mm, which is the height, which is the length, I'll note it down here. Then the total height is 60 mm. And the total width when I look into the top view, that is 50 mm. So this is the length, height and width. Now after this we can start with the solution part. Drawing a light line. Next, on that line I'll take a point and measuring 30 degree on both sides, because it is isometric projections. We have to draw 30 degree angles on both the sides. Next, through these points I'll draw light lines. Now here after this I'll draw a light vertical line. Then I need to know where to mark the total length, height and width. For that, here this point is called as the origin. And now when I see here into the diagram, in the front view the origin is given and here is the length. So if I pick this object from here and place it on this side, then the length will come over here, width will be on this side and height is here. If the origin would have been here, then I would have picked this object, placed it here, so it would have been on this side, that is the length. But here, since the origin is at this location, removing the object and keeping it here will give me the length on this side. So let us mark the length, which is 90 mm. Then the width is 60 mm. I am drawing light lines through these points. Here the height is 60 mm. So I'll mark 60 over here. Joining these points with the help of light lines. Drawing a line parallel to the length. Next, over this also I'll mark the length, which is 90 mm. So here is the rectangular block inside which I should draw the complete object. Now when we look at this object from the front view, here there is a plate at a height of 20 mm and that surface is somewhat irregular, that I can make out with the help of this vertical line, which indicates there is change of plane between both of them. So first I'll take a height of 20 mm and then draw a light line throughout the length. Let us get started. Then after that I'll project this up to the width as well. When we look at this surface, there is change of plane between both of them and it can be visible from the top view that after taking a distance of 20 mm length, 5 mm up to 5 mm this plate is there. So I'll take a length of 20 mm. Drawing light perpendicular line. Next, after this, I'll measure 5 mm from here and then draw a light parallel line. Next, looking from the top, this object is having such a shape. Now, Here the angle is given, it is 45 degree. Such angles in case of isometric drawing should not be measured directly onto the diagram because here the lines are not straight, they are inclined. So for that I need to draw this surface somewhere here, that is separately, and then project the points backward into the diagram. This process needs to be followed in case of isometric drawing. So I'll draw that surface somewhere separately, and for that if I see here, this surface is having a width of 50 mm and the total length is 20 as can be seen in the front view. So I'll draw a rectangle of length 20 and height 50. Then I'll measure 50 mm over it. Next, from this side it is 5 mm and here it is a flat surface. So after this I'll mark 5 mm here. Project this point upwards. Next, from here I'll measure an angle of 45 degree. That is this point. And then joining these two points with the help of light line. So here, after drawing this line, next, again from this side I'll measure 45 degree. Joining them. Now this is the surface which is visible from the top. So I'll just make it dark. I'll mark the center here and then draw the center line. Now this same surface will be copied here along the width as can be seen here. So for that I'll take half of that width. The width is 50 mm. So I'll just make a change here. It was originally 60. Here I'm making it 50. So this is the block. Now I need to draw this surface here. For that, I'll first get the center of this. Next, the surface is having a length of 20 mm. So that length already we have. I just need to project it along the width. Now I need to draw this surface. So after getting this center, I'm getting this center line. Next, I need this surface. Then this 5 mm gap already I have taken it as the length. So projecting it to the width. So here I'm getting these 2 points where I'll join this line, which is an inclined line. Next, after getting this surface, here I have made it light. I'll make it dark afterwards because then next, if we see here, there is a gap of 5 mm here, which that gap is throughout. So it is a groove of 45 length and 5 height, and it is starting after this 20 mm. So once I have taken 20, next I'll take 45 mm, getting a light line. Next, the gap is of 5 mm height, so I am projecting 5 mm. Next, the remaining length is of 25 mm, and here, once I have completed up till this bottom plate, next I'll start drawing it from top. Now from the top, if I see here, then from right hand side the length is 35 and it is up to 60 mm height. So from here I am going to measure a length of 35 mm. Then after marking this 35, I'll transfer it to the width as well. And now after marking this 35, it goes by deep by 25 mm, goes deep by 25 mm. Next, now this point which is at 25 mm is connected at the bottom and exactly at the same location where this 5 mm distance is there, that is going on to the same level here. So where this 5 mm gap is there, that is at this location, the point is connected with the help of light line. It is 25 mm below. So connecting them, and it is a sloping surface with the help of light line. Similarly from the other side as well. I will measure 25 mm. Next, this will be joined. So after measuring this 25 mm from top, again I will also connect it to the bottom in this way at the same end. Then after that, when I look at the object, there is another slope, like one sloping surface is here, which is this. In the top view it is looking like a straight horizontal line. When I'm looking from top, it will appear as a straight horizontal line. But there is another triangle or this sloping surface which is called as the rib. Now when I'm looking from top, this rib will also be visible, and it is exactly at the center of the width, that is not starting here at the surface, but it is in this middle portion. Now the rib is connected at 35 mm length which I have taken. It will be connected here and exactly at up to the end, having width of 10. So in order to draw the rib, here I have the center where it is connected at the bottom, and it is 10 mm width. So I'll mark 5 mm on one side, 5 mm on the other side. Then similarly at the top, here also I will take the center, and after that here also I am taking this midpoint, joining them. Here I am getting this center point. Now from this also I'll measure 5 mm on both the sides in order to get the rib, joining with the help of light line. This is the center line. So here I have connected the rib. Then parallel to the length, I am projecting a line here. From here also a vertical line. Parallel to the width. Then after reaching up till here, now inside this portion there is a groove of 120 mm, and similar previously which I had used here, the similar concept, that is 40 for the 45-degree surface. The same concept I would be using here for this 120-degree surface which is inside this block. Means we don't have to measure 120-degree directly onto the drawing because these are isometric drawings. Surfaces are already inclined, so it is better to draw the surface separately and bring it onto the drawing. For that, now this surface is having a length of 35 mm and width is 50. So I'll draw it separately here. So measuring 35 mm. Next, here the height that is of this rectangle is 50 mm. Then I'll take exactly half of that to get the center line. Next, here this surface, it is having width of 8 mm on one side, 8 mm on the other side, then horizontal line, horizontal line. So I'll take 8 mm from top, 8 mm from here at the bottom, then projecting horizontal line, projecting horizontal line. Then after taking the length of 20 mm from right hand side, that is 20 mm from here, at this center I am getting the point about which I am going to measure the angle 120. So taking length of 20 mm and then I want a total angle at the center as 120-degree, that keeping this point as the center, measuring 60 mm on one side, 60 mm on other side. So it is 30 from here and 30 from this side. So whatever the angle remains in between, that will be 120-degree, because out of this 180, 30 from here, 30 from here, that is 60 has been subtracted. So what remains is 120 mm. Joining these with light lines. Now I will draw this surface dark. So here I have drawn this surface which was there in the block and drawing the center line as well. Here this angle is 120-degree. So here I'll be copying this surface over this block as it is inside. For that, here this center line will be my reference. From this center line up to here, I'll mark these distances. Then the overall length, which is from this location up till here. Next, through these points there are horizontal lines. Now these lines are parallel to the width. Next, measuring the distance from this point up till here. The same will be the distance at the bottom. Then connecting these two points at the center. So in this way the angle should be drawn for isometric projections. Then after I had drawn this surface, now in the front view here there is the hidden line, and both these hidden line show this surface that it is throughout. For that I'll have to draw a light vertical line. So once I have reached up till this level, now I can start making this drawing dark step by step so that we can understand what is given here. Starting from the same surface which I have drawn first, so I'll make it dark. This block, Now this is the surface which is visible from the top. Then it is up to 60 mm height, the total height. From this 35 length, it comes down up to 25 and then here it is connected at the bottom. So this is the block which is visible. I'm making them dark step by step. Then here this plate is of 5 length, 5 height, and then this surface will be there throughout, as can be seen by this dotted line in the top view that indicates that this surface is throughout the width. For that, I'll have to draw a line parallel to the width through this point. It is throughout. Next, after this, here I'll connect this rib. The rib is connected. Next, like this is 25 down, even a line is 25 down from the other side, and here also it is connected with the help of a sloping line. So parallel to this slope, I am projecting a line. These rectangles are also visible from the top. Then a line from here because we need complete surfaces in case of isometric projections. Then I'll draw the center line. And here once we have reached up till this stage where I have drawn the center line, this is the complete object. There is no need to give the dimensions to the isometric drawing, and with this we complete the problem.